Finally, there appears to be a political crack in the alliance between the North and the Southwest led by Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This is Njenje Media Channel. Subscribe to this channel as we explore the truth behind the headlines. Bye-bye to political alliance with the Southwest as the North dumps Tinubu, defends the Igbos. The coalition of Northern Group, CNG, has accused former Lagos State Governor and the national leader of the ruling party, All Progressive Congress, APC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, of double-speaking on the unity of the country. The group was reacting to a news report captioned, "Let us work for growth, not for separation," purportedly attributed to Tinubu. They said, "We find it ridiculous that he still thinks he can get away with this latest rap of national growth after having stood against it for quite a long time." The CNG group said in a statement by its spokesperson, Abdulaziz Suleiman. Now, pause for a moment. Do you remember who Abdulaziz Suleiman is? Abdulaziz Suleiman is the man who came on national TV and threatened the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria with a 30 days ultimatum about Ruga, saying if the federal government within 30 days does not reverse the policy of Ruga suspension, that he was going to his group was going to do something. Again, up to today, that group has not been in any way, shape or form been interviewed by any security outfit in Nigeria. We continue. Therefore, Igbos, be wise, because this is Abdulaziz. We know his antecedents. Ndibo, be wise. Their statement continues. As we join the general uproar and condemnation that trailed the statement by Tinubu, we wish to ask him to sincerely answer the following simple questions. Tinubu should explain the absence of his sense of cohesion when in 2015, the Oba of Lagos, whose affirmity to Tinubu is no secret, ordered that all Igbos must vote APC or leave Lagos State. Tinubu's concern for national growth was certainly missing at the inception of that administration, when he vehemently stood against the formation of inclusive government, against the advice of the leadership of the Northern Elders Forum, for Buhari to appoint an Igbo man as secretary to the federal government. In essence, what he's saying that Tinubu was the brain behind Buhari not appointing any Igbo person in 2015, as if Igbo cares. Didn't Igbo vote for Buhari? They never expected anything from Buhari. So, who that is done fears no fall. Let us continue. We are aware that Tinubu solely misled President Muhammad Buhari against the patriotic advice by insisting that Igbos did not vote him and that it was not safe for another Igbo to succeed the office, which was immediately vacated by the kinsmen. Well, you see, people, from Njenje Media, we can analyze this. This is very simple. This is a war between the North, basically the Northeast, the Northwest, and the Southwest. This is their fight. If you remember, El-Rufai, from some couple of days ago, has already fired the first shot by saying that in 2023, that there is nothing like zoning, that power is zoned to the South. In terms of Southeast, Southwest, that what has to come to play in 2023 will be competence, not zoning. Meaning, those that are still thinking that power will move down to the South, or rather Southwest, where Osibanjo would have the right to contest, or Tinubu, as he has been dreaming, the right to contest for Nigerian presidency, that is not going to happen. In the letter, they continued. He made the president appoint his stooge, Babashir Lawal, who turned out to be a national disgrace. This much was confirmed by Lawal himself when he said he owned his appointment to Tinubu and to some extent Bisi Akande, and after the scandalous fall of Babashir Lawal, Tinubu again prevailed against an Igbo successor and imposed another stooge, Boss Mustafa. At this point, Njenje Media would ask, is Buhari this silly and stupid that he cannot think on his own? Why must Buhari only wait for what Tinubu says? People, think and think again. If Buhari is the president and is the commander-in-chief, why would a Tinubu always tell him what to do? Does that make sense to us? If you don't know who Babashi Alawa he was talking about, Babashi Alawa is the one, the former secretary to the state government, the one who used over 200 million to cut grass, the one that the papers, everyone has been referring to as the grass cutter of invasive species. Let us continue. They continued in their letter and said, Tinubu should explain where his conscience for nationhood was during the February 2019 election, when after disenfranchising the Igbo community in Lagos, militant OPC youth backed by leaders of the Southwest violently attacked Igbo communities and their businesses. On this one, Njenje Media would once agree with them because we saw it. That's why we do not believe that the 2019 election was free and fair, because Igbos, especially in Okota, in Munshin, were all defranchised. Their votes, in full glare of the public, were all burnt to ashes till today, and until election was concluded. Not even a rerun, not even a single polling unit was recounted. Now, tell me how an election that people saw, people's votes were burnt. Tell me how that can be said to be free and fair. In their letter, they continue. He should explain his democratic claims and desire for growth in relation to his unilateral insistence on denying a sitting governor, Ambode of Lagos State, the right to seek re-election. This is, again, we agree with them. This is where the dictatorship of Tinubu is taken too far. Ambode, whatever his sins were, was not at all allowed to contest for the re-election. But again, Tinubu brought his stooge, Sanwo-Olu, to come and take over from them. Who is this Tinubu? Where does he derive his power? To be controlling the whole almighty Southwest. A people that claim to be so educated, yet one man with his two eyes like an owl is controlling all of them. This is unbelievable. Now let us come back to their letter, and they continue. This he did despite personal effort by President Buhari to show him that Ambode was a performing, hardworking governor. Again, it is an insult to Buhari. How can Buhari will be thinking that Ambode is a performing governor? He did not stop Tinubu from not allowing Ambode to contest. Yet, the same Buhari who Abdulaziz and his group, Northern Group, are defending, is the same Buhari who is the same person who did not deem it fit to compensate Ambode with any ministerial post. The question is, what then is Buhari doing? Is Buhari actually in charge? Some people are beginning to think this cannot be Buhari. There might be some element of truth that we might have somebody from Sudan in there, in Asari, and not Buhari. And they continue. The president even sent a committee of 7 governors picked across state to persuade Tinubu, but he stood his ground merely for his personal interest. And we ask again, is Buhari a robot that he must do everything Tinubu said? Their statement continues. Tinubu's sense of nationalism also came to question. With the silence at the time, his people in Southwest deployed every unconventional means to fight the president. The entire Fulani and the larger North over Ruga initiative of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Now they have crawled out of their shell. They are beginning to say what their anger is. So all these things they've been writing is as a result of the Ruga. Please, Abdulaziz and the Northern Group, be it known to you, the rejection of Ruga was not done by Southwest alone. It was done by the whole South, Southeast, South, and the Southwest. They said no to Ruga. Repackage it, remodel it, redesign it. The whole South are still saying no to Ruga. Use Sambisa. Sambisa Forest had a landmark that could even be bigger than the whole South. Use it and do your Ruga. Wike of River State has offered, if you need water, pipe water from rivers to Sambisa. If you can pipe oil from the same rivers to Adamawa, and you can pipe oil from rivers to Adamawa and from rivers to Kaduna, you can as well pipe water, if that is your concern. And in the letter they continue, his concern for national integration must have gone into sleep when Afani Ferry, an organization he nourishes, ordered the Fulani out of the Southwest, and when Gani Adam threatened to mobilize 2 million people, 2 million Yoruba warriors against the Fulani in the Southwest. Haba. Again, we want to know, how does this Abdulaziz and their group think If Ganiyo Adam, who is the Onakakamfo of Yoruba land, which is, if you translate it, means the warrior and the protector of Yoruba land, will he be sleeping if his people are being murdered by the Fulanese as chickens and cockroaches? How can he sleep? He said, we will defend our land. Did the Yorubas ever attack anybody? No, the Yorubas did not attack. Rather, the Yorubas said, why are you killing us? You remember, they killed Fosoranti, the daughter of our Fanifere leader. They killed her. They killed so many. Pastors have been abducted, ransom paid. Women have been, taken into the bush. Suddenly, someone is saying, enough is enough. If you continue, I will raise 200 army. Anyway, I think these people are getting confused. These people should know that the same Tinubu they are criticizing actually was denying that is not the Fulani, that the atrocities that were being committed, somehow Tinubu was even insinuating that it was the Igbos who were doing it for him to lose favor. But we say we forgive him because of his eyes, if not for anything. Let us continue. Where was Tinubu's sense of patriotism when he stood, Omoyele Sowore, recently masterminded and actually called for a violent protest with the ultimate aim of overthrowing a democratically elected government, in which he, Tinubu, is singularly the major beneficiary? Then we say, you see, sometimes confusion is not good. These people, what do they drink? Does Fradonono or Kunu make somebody so high? How can you attribute the Sowore call for revolution? Are you happy in Nigeria? Myself, I am not happy. Njenje Media is not happy that nothing works in Nigeria. So, if they themselves who sleeps in the bush as Fulani and the heading cows, and someone like Sowore comes out, say, okay, the situation in Nigeria is very precarious. We are not happy. Let us review these things and see how we can make the situation better. Now, you blame Tinubu as if Tinubu is the one sponsoring Sowore. The question is, please leave Sowore alone. Sowore has nothing to do with Tinubu on this one. Then they continue. How does this explain conspiratorial silence when Woloshoinka, Falana and other rabble-rousers and in his payroll openly supported and backed the mastermind of overthrow attempt? Hey, revolution now is now overthrown. So how can he, who overthrew a government in 1983, elected government of Shehu Shagari, he woke up one day and overthrew an elected government? How can he? He is the one that's supposed to be in prison, not the one that talking merely revolution now. Please put on your TV. Watch what is happening in Hong Kong. Hong Kong for the last 2 months have been protesting. What are they protesting for? For better governance. Yet if you go to Hong Kong, you'll be happy to sleep in the streets because you think you are close to heaven. But here in Nigeria, someone calling for a better condition of life will be tagged as a terrorist. Something is wrong fundamentally with Nigerians. Lastly, we tax Tinubu to justify his claim to nationalism and growth against the 4-year protracted war he waged against Bukola Saraki and Amechi simply because they opposed the emergence of Muslim ticket. In the build-up of the 2015 presidential elections, in conclusion, we categorically state that unless and until Tinubu is able to satisfactorily provide answers to this question, no Nigeria, certainly no Northerner, will take his call for focus on national growth seriously. We finally called Tinubu's attention to the new reality that though he might have succeeded in fooling some Nigerians sometime in the past, he should not expect that he can fool anyone anymore. Again, Njenje Media would analyze, this is a clear case of 2023. The North want to take over power. They don't want to hand over power to South after doing 8 years. In all this Oroforofa fight you see happening is a way to start discontentment. They want to put on head coalition, Igbos and the Yorubas, Igbos and the Southeast, the Yorubas and the Southwest, so that the South will be divided, that by 2023 they will have the presidency. No, these people of southern Nigeria are now wiser. I will say, Njenje Media channel will put it on record. Our prayer at Njenje Media channel is, let the North, actually by 2023, bring out a Northerner to be the president of Nigeria. Only then shall many of you know what Njenje Media have been speaking and saying that will bring the end of Nigeria and make the call for common nation, the new nation called Southern Nigeria, a reality. This is Njenje Media Channel. Subscribe to the channel for more analysis like this.